Okay, so who had Cry on the bingo card? And who had Cry a lot? Did anyone get slap him? As if that was ever going to actually happen. Anyway, hey, I'm CC Yamato. Welcome to my new, kinda still under construction set. I'm sorry once again that I'm getting this out super late, but I think being turned into this made me deathly ill. Seriously, the stuff that came out. Anyway, you know what? Never mind. Let's go ahead and begin as we tend to do, not at the beginning of the chapter. Oh, and since it's already March when I'm releasing this, let's make it a double feature. So let's start. The scene is Shaoran's apartment. He must have decided that the conversation was better held here, and he's probably right. He explains that the clear cards are being made by Sakura subconsciously, because basically her magic is still growing and she can't control it because she has no real training. And this actually leads to her realizing why some of the cards resemble people in her life or old cards. And yeah, let's just stop for a moment and correct something I said in the last video where I said that Appear looks like Akiho, even though she obviously looks like Rika. She was even in the chapter that Appear appeared in. Who wrote the script? Moving on, we get to the bigger reveal as Shaoran finally tries to come clean about the Sakura cards, only for them to rush in on their own and immediately try to dull the impact of revealing that Shaoran stole them, lied about it, and hid it from her. All because he wanted to protect her. Sakura is understandably upset, but not in the way you'd expect. Sakura, the angel that she is more mad at herself because she caused pain to others, and she's mad at Shaoran not because he lied, but because he made himself suffer trying to look out for her. Oh, Sakura, the world just isn't good enough for you. I'm sorry, I love it. What can I say? I'm a sucker for this tweeny romance stuff. It's so basic, but oh, it's just so... Look, let me be clear. I'm not happy that she's sad, but this was just the perfect little moment in their relationship, and I'm glad to see the series tackling something a little more mature. It's like a Twinkie of romance writing. It's not very complex, but it's satisfying. It's also so very true to Sakura's character that she's going to turn most of this anger and frustration on herself for troubling others and making them have to look out for her because she just can't handle herself, which is a very understandable frustration, needing others to look after you for your own incompetence. But anyway, setting that little fangasm aside, let's now move on to a more dismal and depressing part of the story and get another flashback from Kaito. In this flashback, we get a glimpse of Kaito's day-to-day life in the Magician's Guild, where we find out that Kaito is bored and unchallenged. Turns out that he's better than everyone and he knows it. Oh, and he also finds that the meetings are an incredible waste of time, something that I wholeheartedly agree with. But when he's asked to provide a service for them, that's when he first meets Akiho, and he uses his magic to determine that Akiho not only has no magic in her, but she's also basically got nothing in her. He likens her to a blank book, which is fair because she definitely has a lights are on but no one's home expression. Hearing this, the Magician's Guild decides that they're going to quote-unquote fill the book, and we don't really know what that means because the flashback ends. We then get a glimpse into Kaito's intentions when he's asked by Momo about the ending of the story that he's been telling through flashbacks. He assures Momo that it will be a happy ending, but Momo rightfully is unclear about who the happy ending is for. This is why Kaito remains an ever-elusive antagonist that we just can't figure out. Is he helping? Is he evil? Is he maybe just too self-centered to do things anyway but his own? Honestly, if I had to put money on it, I'd say it's that one. Given how he's behaved in the flashbacks, it's pretty clear that he's a strong loner type who has figured out how he wants to do things, and to be honest, your input is just not necessary. Okay, wrapping up here, we're going to go straight from 31 to 32 as we cut to Yukito's house. We see that Yukito is getting to be a rather familiar sleepy fellow like he was in the Sakura arc. I haven't really pointed this out before, but this isn't the first time. Yukito has been having moments of being extra tired in earlier chapters, including one chapter where he fell asleep in a park bench. And I think I mentioned this before, but this sleepiness is also popping up in Kiro, as Sakura mentioned in an earlier chapter that she was not able to wake him up in the morning. These sorts of things haven't been really addressed until now, but now we get confirmation of why it's happening when Nakuru makes a surprise appearance at the house and explains what they're there for. Basically, because Shaoran took the cards away from Sakura improperly, it's made the magic between her and the Guardians unstable. Turns out, there's a way you're supposed to transfer ownership of the cards. It's actually detailed in this obscure little anime called Cardcaptor Sakura, you might have heard of it. But this is why Kiro and Yue are thrown off. So Ruby and Spinel have been sent to Japan, and their job is to, and I'm not making this up, be batteries for Kiro and Yue to help share the magical load until this is all resolved. Apparently, according to Ariel, since they all come from the same source, which is cloud magic, they're basically all interchangeable. And now, let me take a moment to lament not getting this video out on time, because I totally guessed that when I was scripting episode 31. That's what I get for being sick, I guess. I lose out on one of the few chances I get to be right. Anyway, hey, let's take a look at what Shaoran and Sakura are doing, shall we? Now that Sakura has had a chance to calm down, they have a little chat, and Sakura offhandedly mentions that she wishes she could have known Shaoran before he came to Tomoeda the first time. As you may have been able to figure out by now, Sakura's magic takes the cue and... Oh. Well, that is the cutest damn thing I've seen all month. Forget it. I've got nothing else to say about this. This is the end of the chapter. Come back in chapter 33 when we talk about Cardcaptor Sakura, the Babysitter's Club. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.